So, hi, I'm Christy Sandoval from Capital Gold, and I have a very important guest today. Hi, Puya, please present yourself.
Hi, Christy. My name is Puja, and I think the J, it's interesting because it's pronounced differently, but it's
Yeah.
Puja. And I'm from Singapore, and it is a glorious morning here, sunny morning here. So good morning. And it's Thursday morning here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
Here in Mexico, it's Wednesday. So you are
isn't that,
calling from the future. Yes.
isn't that amazing? It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So tell
Um,
us, Puya, what are you doing right now?
okay. I do a few things, Christy, right? So one of the things that I do is I'm a women empowerment money mindset coach,
Wow.
right? And I work with women who struggle with reaching their income goal or even setting one,
Mm-hmm.
um, so that they can show up in their most confident and brilliant selves with the on fire enthusiasm and charisma that is key to skyrocketing wealth, right?
Wow, you have an amazing job,
Yes.
Puya.
So how you show up in your money is actually how you show up in life,
Yes.
right? So that's like the brilliant thing. And I do this with one-to-one coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if anybody wants, they can check me out at my website on at womeninform.com. Right? So it's women inform and women informing others, right? Yeah.
Yes, great, great.
Um,
What
and
what
I do.
else? What else do you do?
Yeah, so before I started doing this, this is my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And another bit of my passion is I've been an educator. So I teach English language and literature to 13 to 16-year-olds.
Wow.
And I love teaching it because basically you teach about life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, and I think right now with what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
so this particular literature text that I'm teaching right now
Mm-hmm.
relates so well to this pandemic that is going on,
Of course.
and
Of course.
and it's a wonderful space to get the kids to talk about it.
Of course. So
So,
I want to share with everyone's in Capital Goals that Pooja and I work together in the certification process that Margaret Lynch has. We met in Boston, Massachusetts last March.
yeah.
When the world is turning around, we are like dancing in Boston.
Yeah. And
Yes,
it's so much has happened. Yes.
yes. And I remember when we worked together, Pooja, you have this amazing energy and this amazing compassion. So I think all the work that you did with kids, you put it in your sessions, in your individual sessions, and bring all this love that you have. And I'm so grateful to work with you in some occasions. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm honored to work with you because, as you can see, Christy is this wonderful energy. It's driving us. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, can you tell us how was your flight to return to your home last March?
Goodness. Yes. So that was my first trip to US, right? This was this long trip via Heathrow Airport to, so it was like, I think 24 hours to get to USA,
Yeah.
to get to Boston. And then I did the course for a week and I had to cancel the rest of my trip because all the borders were closing up.
Yes.
And so my brother lives in Miami, but I couldn't visit him. And so I took a flight back via San Francisco. So I went to San Francisco and flew back to Singapore.
Wow.
And when I arrived here, because I'm an educator, because I teach in schools, for educators, they said to stay at home for 14 days because they were trying to protect
Of
the
course.
school environment. So if you left the country as it was developing, you
Mhm.
couldn't go back. So I had to, and which was totally fine
Of
because
course.
there's a whole population. I know as a teacher, you interact with so many. So yeah, so I was on this 14 days
Yeah.
and I went back for 2, 3 days and then the Singapore schools shut down. um, but for the Singapore schools, they continued on home-based learning.
Of course, of course. Here in Mexico, it happens like that.
Yeah.
I went from Boston and I have 14 days in a one room.
Oh, wow. In a one room. Okay.
Well, in my house, and everyone's like my children, my husband, like, go away, go away.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
work a lot. Yes.
Yes. And that's what you worry about, right? For me, it really clicked when, I mean, a lot of people were trying to protect themselves, which I understand, but because I always thought I'm actually quite strong, so I couldn't quite understand it until I think one of the ministers shared that treat yourself as though you've got the virus, but you don't have symptoms.
Of course.
That means wear the mask and do everything because you don't want to spread it,
Of course.
not because you don't want to get it.
Of course.
Shifted a lot for me because I've always been strong, but I live with vulnerable people in the house.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have my mom-in-law who's 83 this year. My hubby's older. So then I thought, oh, I got to be a bit more careful.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, can you share with us, Puja, is there a challenge in this quarantine in Singapore?
Yeah. It is challenging and it's very interesting challenges that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I know personally for me, as like, and I'm sure for some people, in a way, the coronavirus has been, or this whole lockdown to some extent can start off as a blessing because we're so exhausted. And to take the time to breathe, to not have to get on public transport that is crowded,
Yeah.
to not be stuck in jams. But so I think that I started off with it being a blessing and I can spend some time with my children. I can see them. Everybody can sleep a little more.
Yeah.
Um, but then there is what happens is there are the disadvantaged in society who are suddenly losing their support systems.
Yes.
So in the education system, we had kids who would be given meals. So
Mm.
suddenly when they are not to report to school,
Yes.
there was this thing that was going, oh, they're not getting their meals. Not
Wow.
everybody has Wi-Fi. Not everybody has a laptop.
Yes.
Not every so the disparity, the
Yes.
unequal thing
Yes.
was coming out.
Yes.
And but the good thing was a lot of ground initiative. That means a lot of young people in their 20s, in their 30s were starting things and getting masks and giving masks to people,
Wow.
making sanitizers and giving sanitizers. And so that was the beautiful bit to see.
Yes.
So
The response of the people. Yes.
yeah, people were taking out their sewing machines and if they lost a job, they learned how to sew masks,
Yes.
gave masks and they sold masks. And that was, so there is this beautiful aspect, we get. And and there was a lot of support for the essential workers, all the hospitals and all that. So yeah, so there are challenges.
Yes.
I don't deny it, but there's also so much beauty that's coming out.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I think small things that suddenly you take for granted was especially people who are sick. In our news, there was a lady who had just gone to New Jersey
Uh-huh.
and she found out there, she wanted to start a new life, and she found out there that she had stage 4 breast cancer.
Oh.
Flights were cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
She was alone. There was nothing. She wasn't put on palliative care. So when the newspaper presented that story around the world, I think they raised 330,000 Singapore dollars, which is about 250,000 US dollars to fly her back.
Wow.
That was amazing. Now she's with her family because it
Wow.
was a solo flight. There are no flights. So
Yeah.
you needed to get a $250,000 flight,
Yeah.
US dollar flight to fly her back, which was donated by,
Everyone. Yes. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
those are the, yeah, you know,
Yes. This it's an amazing story. I, I I didn't see in the news that story, but thank
yeah.
you for sharing to us. Oh, Pooja, can you tell us Singapore? Um, it's a big city, or it's not?
It's not a big city. I think not by cities, it's smaller. It's much smaller than yours, I think, but it's got a big population, I think, but it's a small city. It's a
Wow.
small city. You can drive across within, like you can go from one end to the other, maybe in an hour, an hour and a half, and the other end an hour and a half. That's it. You can cover our city, like you can drive around maybe in 2 hours and finish.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I wish I can go to Singapore next year. Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us, Pooja, how are you preparing to open again and go outside?
Okay.
How? Mhm.
Yeah. That's we are entering. This is interesting that we're doing this today because we are entering this phase tomorrow for us, right? Friday. The government has said the restaurants can open, the shopping centers can open, stuff. The schools opened about 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
And I have to tell you, like going back,
Uh-huh.
wearing the mask,
Yes.
having to teach with the mask,
And
and all
how about the kids in the classroom?
masked. They're all masked the whole day.
How many kids are in one classroom?
Okay, Singapore has very big classes, so we range from 35 to 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like here.
What is it? Is that still that? Yeah. So we have about 35 to 40, but basically they're seated now in single rows.
Yeah.
No, like exam setting.
Yes.
And got to manage them. Kids being kids tend to forget. So I'm always saying, sanitize the table, sanitize your hands, sanitize.
Open your mouth, sanitize your mouth.
Um, but I think they do understand. They've been at home for 2 months. So when they came back and we are masked, and everybody I find is mindful, like public transport, but a lot of people are still working from home. They are still encouraged to work from home. Only things that need to open up are to open up, and those who can work from home are working from home. So things are still empty, but slowly. So um, now schools are trying to start the other activities, and gyms are opening, but with all the thermometer and sanitizer. And I think the information that we are getting is this will be with us
Of course.
for 1-2 years, right? It's
Yeah.
possible still effect. So this might be our way of life. A mask might be our way of life. And I think once that sort of clicks in, you stop fighting it.
Well, no one is like so quick to understand that
Yeah.
some people are like, no, this is fake. No, I don't believe it. And
Yeah.
so I suppose we have to learn how to connect with others only
Yeah.
with our eyes.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
We have to like speak with our eyes because they, the other person in front of you, they don't know you are smiling because you're
Yeah.
covered. So
And
we
that
have to
actually
learn.
that has been my challenge because that has been my challenge. So
Yeah.
even because I communicate, I need that smile back, I pick, and now that has been something I need to readjust. And it's a learning. So even for me, because the smile means I'm accepted. So when I don't get that smile, the little bits of insecurity in me come up. I don't know how you're feeling. I can't check it.
Yes.
And yeah, so that, thank you. That has been something I've been growing in this past 2 months. It's
Yes.
okay. It's okay if someone doesn't smile. I do things. It's okay.
Or it's okay if you imagine everyone is smiling too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. 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 So so that's how we are opening up, and let's see how it goes. Careful, but knowing that everyone needs to be employed, because we don't want people like, yes, it's safe, but but people need jobs.
Mhm.
People need, so it is important that everyone lives with purpose.
Yes.
And so I support the opening up, and I think we just need to be very mindful. And I think our new way of like social responsibility,
Of course.
that I just can't live in my world. Basically, Mother Earth is telling us you're all connected,
Mhm.
all connected.
Yes.
You cannot just say, I don't care, this is my house, this is how I want to live. No, your choice and how you live, you can bring this back to your loved ones.
Mhm.
You may be okay, but you can bring it back to others. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Puja, can you share with us some tapping exercise?
Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be good for me as well.
Yes,
Like
for me
talking.
too.
So I think sometimes, so some of the emotions, and just give me some, Christy, like there's a lot of anxiety, there's
Mhm.
loneliness, there is um, sadness,
Yes.
and
I'm so worried for all
yeah.
the persons that are alone, that
Ah,
they choose to live this moment in the history alone. I'm
yeah,
so worried about all that persons who's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
So,
cannot fight with no one or smile with no one. So this is sad.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to do we'll start with the karate chop point, just because sometimes there's resistance. And if there's resistance, you want to just remove it. If there's no resistance, don't worry about it.
Okay.
So even though
Even though
I'm feeling this anxiety,
I'm feeling this anxiety,
I don't know what's going to happen,
I don't know what is going to happen,
when this is going to end.
when this is going to end.
And then I feel so angry
And then I feel so angry
with all these people who are not listening
to all these people who's not listening
to me.
to me.
Whatever, I say, why aren't they listening to me?
Yes, to me.
Yeah. So even though I'm feeling this, love and I love and accept myself.
Even though I'm feeling this, I love and accept myself.
So even though I'm feeling sad and scared,
Even though I'm feeling sad or scared
yeah, and so lonely,
and so lonely,
it's so painful at times,
so painful at times,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Yeah, this anxiety that makes my body ache,
This anxiety that makes my body ache,
I honor it.
I honor it.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
So now we'll go through the points from the head. Yeah, so this anxiety sitting in my body,
This anxiety is sitting in my body.
I can feel it.
I can feel it.
I can feel it in my head.
I can feel it in my head.
And all these thoughts,
All these thoughts,
what is going to happen?
What is going to happen?
How long is this going to last?
How long is this going to last?
I'm scared for myself.
I'm scared from myself.
I'm scared for others.
I'm scared from others.
Will I have a job?
Will I have a job?
Yeah. I'm really scared.
I'm really scared.
What if my boss fires me?
What if my boss fires me?
What if I'm not good enough?
What if I'm not good enough?
Yeah. You know, I think I'm going to be the first one they're going to fire.
Oh, I think it is going to be me, the first.
Yeah.
Yes,
I am so scared,
I'm so scared,
but I have to be strong
but I have to be strong
because others depend on me.
because others depend on me.
I have no one to talk to.
Ah, oh my God, this is hard. I don't have nothing, no one to talk to.
Yeah. Everybody tells me this is how it is,
Everybody tell me this is how it is,
but that doesn't make my anxiety go away.
but
Yeah,
doesn't,
that
this is hard, but doesn't
make
make
my
my
anxiety.
anxiety goes away.
I can still feel it
I can still feel it
in my lower tummy.
in my lower tummy.
I feel it in my chest,
I feel it in my chest,
in my shoulders.
in my shoulders,
So much heaviness.
so much heaviness.
And I just want to sit and cry.
I just want to sit and cry.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do,
And I'm just going to honor that.
and I'm just gonna honor that.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay not to know.
It's okay not to know.
It's okay to be scared.
It's okay to be scared.
You don't have to be perfect.
We don't have to be perfect.
It's all okay.
It's all okay.
There's something here for me to learn.
There's something here for me to learn a lot.
And I'm just going to be open
And I'm just going to be open
and receive these lessons,
and receive these lessons,
knowing that even this will pass.
knowing what?
Knowing that even this will pass.
Knowing even this will pass.
Good times come,
Good times come,
bad times come,
bad times come,
and everything passes.
everything passes.
Like that, this pandemic will pass.
Like that, this pandemic will pass.
And I'm telling myself,
And I'm telling myself,
I hear you.
I hear you.
I understand you.
I understand you.
I know it's scary.
I know it's scary.
I know you've got a lot of fears,
I know you have a lot of fears.
but I'm here for you.
And I'm here for you.
And I'm listening.
And I'm listening.
And I listen to you today.
And I'm listening to you today.
And I'm open.
And I'm open.
Just take a deep breath in. Just tap a bit more. Just take a few more deep breaths in. I'm open.
And I'm open. I'm open.
And shake it out. Keep that open.
Yes.
I'm strong. And yeah, we got this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, this is a great exercise. Thank you, Puja, to sharing with me, with all my community in Capital Goals. Can you remember your website so everyone can go to the website and check about
Yes, is womeninform.com. Yeah, WOMENINFORM. Women
Great.
in.
Great.
Okay. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
thank you
Christy.
so much, Puja. Love you. Love you.
Okay, thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.